I made a video about black women and preventative protection and how if you want someone to protect you, you're going to have to listen to them and try to avoid being in dangerous situations. And because you guys didn't like what I said, I received death threats. People wish that someone would bust my car window and pistol whip me.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio, one half of Residual Impact. And you know, I had to make another one because this was something that I noticed while I was, just scrolling on TikTok with my girlfriend. And we were just talking about our thoughts on protect black women and who's not protecting black women, who actually is protecting black women. Should black women expect that every single black man, whether he's in close proximity to her or a complete stranger, protect her? So we were just having a conversation talking about a lot of the videos that we've seen on this topic, and one just happened to catch our eye, and this one comes from creator Erica Lachey. And with this video that Erica made, it got a lot of people talking. Of course, like I said in a previous video, this topic of protect black women has been going on for years. This is not something brand new. This is not a new discussion. And Erica, I will say, made some valid points in this video, but there were also some people who disagreed.
In regards to black women not being protected, let me first state the obvious. No man should put his hands on a woman. We desire protection, but sometimes what we don't understand is that true protection comes with a level of control. Bodyguards are a good example. A bodyguard will make their client leave from a dangerous place. The bodyguard has to know all the details: who, what, when, where, why, and how. And the client has to listen to the bodyguard and follow the instruction that the bodyguard gives them. It's really an agreement between all parties involved. When the person who needs protecting does not follow the instruction and the direction of the protector, it puts the protector in a situation where they're more likely to lose their life. I have 4 brothers and a father, and I listen to their instruction even when they're not around. They have told me to stay away from certain places if I'm by myself or if it's late at night. They've also advised me not to be drunk or high in certain situations. Even though my brothers, my dad, and the men in my life protect me, I in turn protect them by listening to them and following their instruction. They don't have to come to my defense in some wild scenario, because if I listened to them, I wouldn't have been there in the first place. And this is another thing I feel like is pertinent to say, and I know folks ain't gonna like this one. I don't have sons right now, but when I do have sons, I'm gonna teach them that there's a difference between diamonds and dirt and rubies and rocks. Rubies and diamonds are often in jewelry stores. They're in glass cases, they're secured, there's an alarm system. There's a lot of layers of protection because those things are valuable. But you could pull over to the side of the road and find some dirt and rocks. Expecting a man to risk his well-being, his future, and his life on someone who does not see value in themselves or the man is asinine. That's a very asinine thing to ask. All I'm saying is, protection comes with a little bit of sacrifice. It comes with a little bit of control. And me personally, I feel that what I have to sacrifice and the amount of control I have to give up is 100% worth it to receive the protection that I've been getting my whole life.
Now, once I saw that video, I actually thought about another video that I saw recently. And this video was of Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking similar words to what Erica said. But in these 2 videos, both Minister Farrakhan and Erica used the word control, and it triggered so many women.
You cannot protect what you cannot control. Wait now. Sisters, when I use the word control, that makes you upset sometimes because you don't want nobody to control you. But no man can protect what he cannot control. Now, you don't have to be a control freak, because she has a right to rebel against ignorance that masquerades itself in the form of a controller. I gotta set a balance here. Otherwise, after this lecture's over, some nut is gonna go home and say, see, I got to control what's going on up in here. But I say this, a woman will submit to you that allows them to see it, and they submit to it, then the wisdom is the controlling influence, not you personally. Listen, please. See, truth is above everybody. So you can't say, I'm the boss. I am the boss in this house. Well, wait now. You're supposed to be, but on what basis? It's not your ability to knock your wife around. It must be on the basis of the wisdom that you have for the situations that arise in the relationship.
Now, those who got it, got it. But those who didn't, they had a huge problem, especially with the word control.
Bodyguards are a good example.
Internalized misogyny, stop, is very, very, very dangerous. And nothing she said in that video was valid. Nothing. And was very, very, very victim blaming. She was just parroting misogynist talking points. When I say pick me women are dangerous, that is what I mean when I say pick me women are dangerous. That whole narrative she's spewing is dangerous. And at the end of the day, she is not safe either. Because if she can be out and about and get attacked, that logic is not going to save her. The men around are not going to know that that's the logic she has. That's not going to save her. We have to dismantle patriarchy. We have to dismantle these things. We have to understand that parroting misogynistic talking points doesn't save us as women. It doesn't do us any favors. I really want to make a longer video, and I might make a video breaking down each point that she's talking about, because that is a very, very dangerous video.
In regards to black women not being protected, let me first state the obvious. No man should put his hands on a woman. We desire protection, but sometimes
there's no but. So after the first part of her statement, there should be no but. Anything that comes after it, I'm now deaf mute to, because you're contradicting yourself.
I have 4 brothers and a father, and I listen to their instruction even when they're not around. They have told me to stay away from certain places if I'm by myself or if it's late at night. They've also advised me not to be drunk or high in certain situations.
Here's what I heard. What I heard is that my protection is conditional, and it's contingent upon me relinquishing control and following the directions of the very people who are committing these acts of violence. A woman got hit in the head with a brick, and I don't even really need to know the backstory. I know that a man did it. We watched an instance of a woman whose son felt like he had no other option but to shoot a man because the man was threatening his mother, while other men stood around and watched. Videos like this are actually very dangerous, because if you watch the entirety of her video, she actually doesn't place any amount of accountability on the very people that women need protecting from, men. And hey, what's crazier is a few weeks ago, I watched a man jump off a boat, swim to save another man.
I will say this. The example that she used of the bodyguard is important, and it holds weight. Like, it's true. You cannot expect someone to protect you and you just don't listen to them.
I made a video about black women and preventative protection, and how if you want someone to protect you, you're gonna have to listen to them and try to avoid being in dangerous situations. And because you guys didn't like what I said, I received death threats. People wish that someone would bust my car window and pistol whip me. People wish that some people, or that they themselves, could find me and hit me with a brick. All these young girls that are out here that are still wet behind the ears but are aging like milk and bananas, calling me old. I'm not expecting y'all to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, because I know y'all don't care. But I'm gonna say what I want regardless, because I don't receive my self-worth and validation based on what people say about me online. I proudly grew up in a time before all of that, and my self-worth and validation is based on my principles and my character. Some of y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. So I'll say this again, for the people that have sense, preventative protection is the best kind of protection. For every other crime that exists, we understand that preventative measures is the best way to avoid said crimes. If I don't want my car broken into or stolen or vandalized, I'm not going to leave it unlocked with valuable things in my car. I know people personally who have gotten their car broken into several times. I've never gotten my car broken into, knock on wood. If I don't want to get robbed, I'm not going to go to the ATM late at night by myself because that is not a wise decision to make. And you guys can say, well, that still doesn't stop people from getting robbed or their car getting stolen or whatever, but it greatly minimizes the risk. You feel me? Same thing when it comes to condoms and birth control. Condoms and birth control are not 100% effective, but it significantly minimizes the risk of you getting an STD or you getting pregnant. In addition to taking preventative measures by not being in dangerous places by yourself, actually listening to the men that tell you to take preventative measures is another way that will help to ensure your safety as a woman in this world. And to the ladies who have never had a man love them enough to try to prevent something bad from happening to them, you honestly have my sincere condolences. And to those of you who say, why don't you just tell men to stop abusing women? Why don't we hold them accountable? If telling someone to stop being an abuser, a thief, or a murderer worked, then the prisons, we wouldn't have a need for prisons. None of that would exist. So excuse me for living in the real world. I'm a very proactive kind of person. We can't change what happened in the past or things that have already happened to women, but we could help minimize the risk of those things happening in the future.
I don't know why so many people got triggered, but to quote one Twitter user whose tweet actually sums all of this up, shout out to Fallon XOXO, she had this to say. That girl said protection comes with control and y'all lost y'all damn minds. How the would you be protected and you don't listen to the person trying to help you? If Ninja's shooting and he says duck, that's a command. He say get over here to shield you, that's a command. Just like when you call 911 and they tell you what to do while you wait. Those are commands. So she is correct. Hello? Is this camera on me? Shout out to Fallon XOXO. She made valid points with that one. Just like Erica said, just like Minister Farrakhan said, it's just a fact of the matter, right? But then you'll have some women out there who actually, and again, this is not all, but you'll have some women out there who will not listen to any form of authority. They think they know it all. They think that nobody can tell them anything. But as soon as ish hits the fan, they're looking for protection. Again, I don't condone violence, especially not against women. I've made videos about this in the past, and I cannot stand it. That is a coward move, and I do not condone men hitting women at all, unless his life is threatened because she's threatening it, and he has to protect himself. So in self-defense, I get it. But in that brick situation, I highly doubt it was self-defense. So comment your thoughts and opinions down below. I greatly appreciate y'all for tapping into this video. And if you've made it this far and you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up because it goes a long way and it definitely helps with the algorithm. It helps to push us out there. We're a slightly new channel and we're trying to grow. So please do us that favor and help us out. It doesn't cost you anything and it's just takes a second. It takes a couple seconds. Matter of fact, go ahead and do that right now. So we appreciate you guys and thank you for stopping by. Till next time. Peace.